Hello, how you doing? It's Phil Thatch, and today I want to talk about my Patagonia Houdini lightweight jacket. Now, I want to stress that this is not a apparel channel at all. This is a photography channel, but you do have to wear jackets and things a lot of times if you're out doing sports or wildlife or landscape photography. And I really love this jacket, and I thought I would talk to you about it a little bit today. The Houdini is the lightest jacket that Patagonia makes, at least as far as I know. It is super, super light. It's just one layer of material. It's basically, I guess you could describe it as a windbreaker. And when I bought this jacket, I thought it was going to be a rain jacket. And I was horribly mistaken about that. I actually used this in a torrential rainfall and got absolutely soaked. So don't buy this as a rain jacket unless it's just a light mist, which it probably will keep off of you, at least for a very short while. What this jacket is great at is if you are going to an outdoor event or you're just going to be outside and early in the morning, it's a little bit too cold to go without a jacket. But maybe in the middle of the day, it's too warm to have even this light jacket on. The great thing about this jacket is how small it stores. You know, sometimes when it gets warmer later in the day and you have to take your jacket off, and you're out, maybe you're hiking or something, where are you going to put your jacket? Well, the cool thing about this jacket is how small it stores. It has this little pocket right here. It's a breast pocket, and it's a tiny pocket. Look how little this thing is. But you just take the jacket and squish it into there, which takes a little bit of time, but it's really not that bad, especially compared to spending the rest of your day carrying this jacket. But you squish the whole jacket into this pocket. Once you get it in there, you can just zip this pocket closed. I do this a lot better when I'm not being videoed. The whole jacket, see, and I didn't squish it down into this other area, which is what made it harder. But anyway, the whole jacket fits into this tiny thing, and you can stick it in the front pocket of your pants. It's crazy. Or so I'm a photographer, as I mentioned earlier in the video, so I can put this jacket in my camera bag in a space about the same size as a small lens, not even a big lens, but a small lens. So you start out in the morning, it's a little chilly, you have this jacket on, get a little warmer, take the jacket off, smush it down, stick it in your pocket or in your camera bag or wherever you can store it. But it's really easy to store. The rest of the day, you're out hiking around and you're not burning up and you're not having to carry the jacket. And then let's say like when I went to Disney World with my family, I used this jacket, and you're there all day. You get there at sunrise and you leave after sunset. So at night, it gets back cold again. Just unzip the jacket, pop it out, and boom, suddenly it's a little chilly. And just like that, you've got a jacket. Now, the one thing about this jacket that I kind of don't like, I'm going to show it to you in just a second after I get the zipper zipped up here. I don't know why this jacket has a hood, because typically you would wear a jacket, you need a hood in a situation where it's extremely cold. And this is not a good jacket for times when it's extremely cold. Now, you could use it as a top layer. Like, for example, if you had on, several layers and you needed one more layer, you could put this on and then use the hood, and it might help keep your head warm. I thought that the hood was because it was a rain jacket, which, like I mentioned earlier, it's not a rain jacket. But I do feel my head getting warmer now with this hood up, even though it's a super thin hood. So I could see if you're just using this as a top layer, the hood might be useful. But I think I'd be just as happy with this jacket if it just had a collar instead of a hood. Incidentally, if you are looking for a rain jacket, I recommend the Torrent Shell 3L, which is Torrent Shell 3-layer. This is a fantastic rain jacket from Patagonia, and I may review it on the channel at some point. The Houdini costs about $106 or $109. I've seen them on sale, not in popular colors like this black color, but in other colors that are less desirable. I've seen them on sale around $60 or $69. But typically you're going to end up spending $106 or $109 to get a Houdini, and it is well worth it. Here, let's talk some more about the jacket. The cuffs have a little elastic on them. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little bit of elastic on the cuff that secures them pretty nicely. Around the bottom, it does have a drawstring that you can tighten up if you want to keep it tight around your waist. I just let mine kind of hang. And the one thing, and another thing about the jacket is there's no pockets. The only pocket is this breast pocket, which you can zip your entire jacket into, as I demonstrated, but there's no pockets down here. But typically, if you're just needing a light jacket, it's not cold enough to where you want to put your hands in pockets anyway. And if it is, you can put your hands in your pants pockets. But that's an argument against using this jacket as a top layer in a much colder situation, because in a much colder situation, you're probably going to want pockets to put your hands in the jacket. But again, you can always use the pockets in your pants to keep your hands warm. But mainly I would say this is a windbreaker sort of a jacket, just a light jacket. And it does, even though it's super ultra thin and crazy lightweight, it does add a little bit of warmth. It doesn't make you extraordinarily hot, which is good, because a lot of times if you're just a little cold, you don't want to suddenly be burning up. If you did want to get a lot hotter, you'd put on a puff jacket. Like this is a Patagonia Nano Puff, and you can get this sort of a jacket as just a vest, or you can get it as a jacket, or you can get it as a hoodie. These are a little heavier. Another jacket that Patagonia makes, this is what's called a micro puff, and I have the hoodie of this. This is my main top layer for when it's really cold outside, and it'll stuff down into a pocket as well. But if you saw me struggling to get this into a pocket, this thing is exceptionally difficult to get into the pocket. But once you get it in there, the storage of it is quite a bit bigger than the Houdini stores as well. But I wouldn't say this would fit into the area of a camera lens, and you can't shove it into your front pocket like you can the Houdini, but you can stuff it into a backpack. So it's storable as well. But my favorite light jacket is definitely this Patagonia Houdini. Really happy with it. I thought I would show it to you here on, even though this is a photography channel, I thought I would show you this jacket because I'm really pleased with it, and I think it's a useful jacket for us photographers. This time of year, especially, spring's coming around, and in the springtime, it's warmer in the middle of the day and cold enough for a light jacket in the morning or in the evening. So the Patagonia Houdini might be one to check out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.